Okay, let's see here.
It says we're live. I got the
Yeah,
notification on YouTube.
I just need to. Well, actually, you'll be able to see it actually. In fact, on your computer, maybe you could go on and see how the audio sounds just by listening to my voice real quick. Before anyone else gets in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. It sounds like an.
Oh, it sounds like an echo?
But okay. No, hang on.
Because aren't you streaming from your phone? Hello?
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 Hello? Jesus!
What?
Oh god, that was...
Oh.
Oh, that got really loud.
What?
No. I had Discord opened up on my phone.
Oh.
I tapped on the live stream.
You're supposed to do it
on YouTube on my phone. And I've been hello.
You're supposed to do it on your computer.
No, but I just wanted to do it on my phone to see what happened. And I was like, ah! It got really loud really quick.
Oh.
Never do that.
Jeez.
Never do that.
Yeah, even I could have told you that one. I said computer.
Why didn't you tell me that then? Well, a phone's a computer. Oh. You had to be more specific.
Alright, hold on. Let me try it. Testing. Okay, how about you guys say something?
It's working for me. I'm on the YouTube page on my computer and I hear it.
Something.
Okay. Okay, I hear you guys fine.
7 years ago. Okay.
Hold on.
We're just waiting for Mecha to get in now.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well,
yeah, what? What was what? What?
You said what was that? What was what?
Are you a real villain?
What? No, you said one and I said what. You know, like what? And what? Oh, damn it. This is starting. This is like that scene out of Shark Tale. Do any of you guys remember Shark Tale?
What?
Yeah, do you remember the movie Shark Tale?
Have you ever tried to capture someone like a real superhero?
Oh yeah. No, I have not tried to capture somebody like a real superhero. Have you?
Have you ever tried on a disguise?
Technically, no.
Alright, I can see then I will have to teach you how to be villains.
Hey!
I actually went and learned the bass tabs for that song just for Stefan. Oh, is it really doing that weird pop thing every time I let off on push to talk? What the fuck?
I have no idea.
Whatever, as long as all the background noise isn't going through.
Let me put this up. Alright, so I'm
just
listening
like
in
the
on the
very
audio.
cringy silent
Mine doesn't sound too bad, so I'm gonna say it's good enough. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's good enough. It doesn't sound like it does on my actual headset versus the other computer, which is incapacitated at the moment on the ground. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so
Maybe.
alright, so let's start sending the links out there on Twitter and stuff and Facebook and wherever else. Get people in here now. Now that it's actually going.
Alright.
So yeah. I'm not gonna have to just get rid of that because it's counting my cell phone as a viewer. I don't want that. Yeah, I lowered my microphone's input sensitivity a bit, so hopefully it doesn't kill anyone's ears on the other side.
No, hopefully it won't. It probably will. I don't know. It all depends on the person. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
I'll just try and keep back from my microphone because it sounds like it's either loud or quiet.
On my end, your guys are fine. If you're listening to the live stream and you hear a lot of background noises like air or something like that, it's actually my microphone, only because it's a really damn good one. So yeah.
I'm just here with the PS4 microphone still.
Hey, those gaming mics aren't that bad for just regular live streaming.
I'm on my cell phone.
It was free-ish, and I'm going with it. I tried the cell phone stuff, but every time you so much as tap the screen with the cell phone, all the annoying tapping on the touchscreen goes straight through the microphone. I got muted in a couple of conversations because of it.
Still waiting on Mecha to get in here. Alright. Gary, did you make a Twitter post yet?
No, not yet. I'll do that right now. Hang on a second. I'm getting too old for this shit. Wait, we're live. I'm getting too old for this.
Don't even worry about it. When it comes to live streams, it's a little unfiltered, just a little bit. Just, you know, keep it PG-13.
What's PG-13? Everybody has their own
movie house PG-13.
versions of what's PG-13.
Like,
which movie house are we talking about? We talking about
no,
my neighbor's movie house?
No, just the Hollywood PG-13 and the AMC movie house in like 2005 status.
Oh, that's right. I don't remember 2005. No, I'm getting old. I'm an old man. I'm in my prime.
Don't call yourself old, because you call yourself old as saying I'm old, because I'm older than you.
I'm older than both of you. Sit down and shut up.
Anyway, I guess.
And then Jonathan comes in like, oh, both of you. All of you quiet down.
Alright, so I guess I'll I'll do the intro now. I mean, it's not many people watching, but I mean, they're gonna see this anyway. Alright, so welcome to the, again, to the, newest, most scheduled, at least, time-wise, almost, RRB Parlor Card Podcast. Got me...
No, wait, you can't start. I don't have the lemonade.
Oh, he's doing that. I'm
Open
Steam
it.
Tank. You got AceBriggs6. Yep. And then you got the Mecha Flyer, who isn't here yet, and the Spiral Force, who can't make it on because he's working late, and then you have the one and only the editor, DGaribalde.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Parlor Card Podcast. My name is Gil, joined by my co-host, Steam Tank, who is a lovely guy. He is free, ladies and gentlemen. You know he's available, ladies out there. You know he's a really handsome dude. You know you want him. Come on, ladies. Woo!
I thought Toasty Hour wasn't until later.
Oh, yeah, we're not there yet. Okay, take everything I said back, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, let's...
He is not...
Real life DVR, back it up about 2 minutes.
So, MLP episodes. Yeah, thoughts about the US being like 2 weeks behind in like Pony. How did that even happen?
We all... The Australians are always in the future. We know this.
I mean, they're not... I mean, most of the world, yes, let's admit, they're a day ahead. But, I mean, seriously, how can it get a week ahead? I mean, how is this even possible? Technically, the way it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be that Canada and America and, you know, the Western Hemisphere, which is here, is supposed to be what sets the episode time. So somehow the Eastern Hemisphere got all, you know, ahead somehow by like 2 weeks. And for some odd reason, yesterday, I believe there was no new ep. And then last week, there was also no new ep. I mean, how is that even... How can they do that knowing dang well that the rest of the world is 2 weeks ahead?
I don't know. They probably already know that everybody just went online to YouTube and just watched the episodes that were already released ahead of time. So they said, forget it. We don't need to show the episodes. All the bronies watch YouTube. They'll probably see it. We don't need to do that. We only have to show the Equestria Girls specials on Discovery Channel. That's the only thing we have to show.
I mean, yeah, you got YouTube, but I mean, most of the time, actually, you know what I've been noticing is that every time somebody posts an ep to YouTube or Daily Motion lately, they've been getting taken down. Even more so on Daily Motion now, which is kind of alarming, really, because usually you could get away with it, now you can't. So lately I've been seeing people using Mega Upload or Mega Video or whatever, and they've been uploading it and then making it watchable just by clicking a link on EQD, which I will admit most of us, I believe, and everybody else has just gone to EQD to watch the newest episodes and be caught up completely. I will admit I'm like 2 weeks ahead, so I mean, if you're not, you must be living under a rock, or some bridge somewhere. You know, you must be living under a bridge.
That's
Oh,
sweet.
don't go angering Patrick and all the internet trolls just yet. We all know how their lives are.
Are you
God.
Squidward? That's okay. Take your time.
I knew that was coming.
So, I mean, okay, so obviously these apps have been out, and if somebody hasn't seen them, I mean, obviously, you know, what are they doing? I mean, well, besides that, but,
Drawing cartoons. That's just me. I
yeah,
draw cartoons.
I mean, figure we're not ones to
very
spoil
lovely
or anything, but I will say this though, I don't remember the episode title name exactly, but the one that should be coming out that has lightning dust coming back. That one, I love that episode. Not only because it's a Dash app, but it's a Dash and Scoots app, and
Did you just say
app.
dash ass? What did you just say?
Dash episode.
I said Dash
No,
and
you said
Scoot.
something else. I'm pretty sure you said something else.
Wait.
I heard dash ass.
You sir got butts
I
on the
heard dash
mind.
booty.
That's
I
all
heard
I'm
that
gonna
booty.
say.
Come on, G. Clean the coal dust out your ears and listen closely.
I'm just pointing it out. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, next station.
Oh man. It's not much to really talk about since Mecha isn't on here right now. I know he's got some things on his mind.
I know he has that mellow tone voice that says, "Well, usually I would be,
Yeah.
this and yeah, yeah, that's true,
Yeah.
but yeah, you also have to remember that, he has that just tone of voice that we can all just like to make fun of. If he's listening to this right now, I'm such a.
Well, it's either going to be suave voice or it's going to be poot posting. So, I mean, which would you rather have?
Okay, do your best imitation of Mecha. We need a Mecha in here. We need to do an imitation of Mecha. Somebody do that.
Okay, ready? Listen.
What? No.
Go. Do an imitation.
Okay, did you hear that? You hear that? Exactly. He's not here, so that's my imitation of it.
Oh God.
Ooh.
But
That was
okay,
bad,
so
and you should feel bad.
let's jump into projects. Gary, I know you've been sort of hunkered down lately. What have you been up to? I mean, you've shared some screenshots of things lately. I don't know if you want to talk about them, but I'm pretty sure people might want to know what we're up to in terms of like YouTube.
Yeah, I'll talk about them. Lately, what I've been working on, it's a little animation for the Bronies YouTube page, and I should put it, all the videos that we've done for the Bronies, promo videos, skits, all those little funny things we do on the YouTube page, all of our video skits. I have blooper videos, just stuff we do when we're messing around, and I've taken those audio clips and I've made little audio skits, and I'm gonna animate those. And I've made our mascot for the Bronies mainline into a fully animated animation rig. So I'm doing all of the animation artwork and assets for the animation series that I'm working on for the Bronies. And it's taking me let me see. I have the project right here. It's actually opened up on my computer next to the live stream chat. I started this project
Oh wow.
A month and a half ago. It took me about 3 weeks to draw mainline and animate CC. Then it took me another 3 weeks to make 3 more rigs for animation and redo first rig so I could actually go back and fix the hair and do the correct head. I redid the head, I redid the hair, the legs.
Oh yeah.
And I made his
Do we wanna? Because I remember we were talking about that. Do we wanna reveal what his cutie mark really is?
Well, what it means. Yeah, sure, let's talk about the cutie mark. Because, you know, they haven't seen the picture yet. So I'm not gonna release. If anything, if you want to see any screenshots of it, I'm releasing screenshots on the Railroad
The Amino
Bronies
app, yeah.
Amino app. Or yeah, that's for the animation stuff or the preview.
Now, how can people get access to the Amino?
You download the app, the Amino app, and in the Amino app they have all these different communities for different groups, fandoms, all these different things that you can join. And you just look for the Railroad Bronies Amino inside the Amino app once you go in. And when you find the Railroad Bronies Amino app, just join it. And it has a bunch of other people there that you can talk to and interact with. Kind of like with Discord. It's a lot smaller. It's still growing, but that's where I will post the screenshots of the animation I'm working on. And I'm doing that just so that animation, when it comes out, it's more of a surprise. So like that way, not a lot of people will. That type of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a lot of work and drawing.
Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of hard to really talk about his cutie mark because it just reveals so much about it. But can I at least say what it looks like?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, tell them what it looks like.
Okay, so pretty much. Okay, so I mean, if you guys have been paying attention to the previous videos on the RRB channel since BabsCon, even before that, I've been wearing a hat that says Roadkill on it. And if nobody knows what Roadkill is, it's a show on Motor Trend On Demand by Hot Rod Magazine. And it has two guys, and every time they do something always ends up in fire or just falling apart. And so when he was making this and he posted this on our Facebook chat, he was asking Spiral and Mecha whether or not, like, do we want to give him a cutie mark, and they were all thinking of different types, and I was like, we need to have one that's on fire. And
yeah.
And so I started thinking of, like, what can we use and incorporate fire on? I'm like, okay. So Gary went ahead, he drew a train, and I was like, okay, put fire on it now. So his cutie mark is literally a train on fire. And this literally harks back to Button Adventures, where Button's playing with the train, he pushes it, and all of a sudden it bursts into flames. That is mainline in a nutshell. Because, I mean, figure when I was thinking about it initially, my idea was for cutie mark is let's get a camera and have it be on fire and falling into pieces. And I was thinking, like, how funny would it be? He's going to catch a train. He trips. He falls on his camera. He freaks out, puts his camera back together, takes his picture, and all of a sudden his camera bursts into flames. and I thought that would be like the best thing ever for him, because he is, figure he's not the sharpest knife in the crayon box, but I mean, he's like our spontaneous wild sides of like all of us, of like, that's fun, let's go do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks pretty good, and it fits him nicely. Hopefully we can get maybe a plushie made of him with that on it. That'd be nice.
Yeah, he needs a plushie. Merchandising, right?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah. but yeah. So yeah, that's the deal about his cutie mark. If anyone's been wondering what his mark really was, now he has one. So yeah, train on fire. That's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I animated a intro before the actual animation. It had something to do with the train being on fire, so that's in the animation. So I did the intro, and now I'm actually working on the actual animation. That's 45 seconds long. So the entire animation is about maybe 5, almost a minute long. It's a simple animation. There's no background. It's just gonna be paper background or just white background. But it's simple and fun because it's a bunch of funny audio. It's just a matter of creating all the assets.
Okay. I know we talked about this last podcast about 2 weeks ago, but as everyone knows, is that I've been getting into drag racing, and I just went drag racing again like earlier this week on Thursday, and literally second day out there, and like people already know me by name, and I'm like, how the heck did you guys know me by name already? I've only been here twice. So you know, that's gonna be becoming something pretty soon. So yeah, it was a little weird too. On the other hand, no, I haven't ran into AC Race Fest yet. Because during the drag racing night on Thursday nights, he's like at other venues, announcing for other races, because that's what he normally does. So I'm not saying where, but I'm just saying that's just usually what he does. But yeah. So yeah. So figure, you know, Thursday night or Irwindale Speedway / drag strip. I usually post on social media when I'm going, so if you want to come out, it's like $10 to get in. That covers parking too, and then you can just get in, have a good time. You know, a lot of there's funnel cake, you know, caramel corn, cheese popcorn, all sorts of stuff, and all that other good
cotton candy.
Food. Yeah, cotton candy too.
I'm sold.
So yeah, I mean, you know, Thursday night, you know, if everyone's watching this and nothing better to do, and you live in LA, or at least in the SoCal area, and you're relatively close, can get there within like an hour, then yeah, come on out. It's from the gates open at 4 p.m. and they close at 10. And so yeah, just keep an eye out on our Twitter, Facebook, you know, wherever, you know, and yeah. Anyway, Anyway, so quick update for those of you who are just getting in or just watching this later. The reason why this stream looks a lot different and has a lot of the older and much older pictures from previous streams is because the streaming computer that we normally use now had a update and it's still trying to load in the windows. So yeah, that sorry about that one. I had a whole bunch of neat stuff and photos to show, but that won't be happening tonight.
Wouldn't have that problem if you were using OS X.
I want OS X, but I can't seem to get it. Too expensive.
Everybody gives me so much flack about using OS X. It's like, oh, it's a Mac. Well, you know, yeah, I can't play a lot of video games that everybody else plays, and my computer may not be the fastest, but if I need it to do something, it's there and it does it without problem.
It'll do it, yes. Yeah, I agree completely. I'm actually the best of both worlds. I'm not like an all PC guy. I do own an iPhone, so yeah. I love Apple. You know, it's like the workhorse. It never stops working, you know, when you need it to work.
Steve Jobs shall reach down to you in your dreams tonight and gift you with virus-free updates.
Or updates that will prevent you from doing a live stream, and then you have to do it on a computer that you're not normally used to doing live streaming on.
Another smite upon Bill Gates from the late Steve Jobs.
Oh, jeez. What the? That was weird. Okay. Moving on now. I just had the most weirdest thing I just saw on social media.
You saw God. You saw God. That's
No, that'd be a blessing, but no, it wasn't. Just something even worse. It was weirder. Yeah. Yes, I did. I saw a picture of M.A. Larson. That was horrible.
Oh,
yeah, that's
I'm sorry, Larson, but you as an alicorn in real life, that is horrible. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry, man.
No, we've already got him as a bet, Tony. We got this made.
Anyway, so I'm just trying to think about what's the other speaking of live streaming, oh my god. Okay, so here, okay, I have a bit of a story to tell. So about a week literally last weekend I had went to a junkyard for car parts. So I was looking for parts for my project truck, and so as I went out there and when I was coming back home, I realized I forgot to grab some key components that I needed, and I just left them right there in the vehicle in the junkyard. And so the next day I had to wake up hurting and everything. Like literally my arms were like pulsating because I was using I guess a saw skill or whatever you call it. It's pretty much what you use for hack jobs, pretty much.
Yeah, skill saw,
reciprocating saw. There you go, sawzall. Yeah. So I was using one of those, and oh man, between that and using an angle grinder with a cutting disc on it, literally a death wheel, literally woke up 3 times that night, just pure pain. Still woke up. I drove back to that junkyard to get what I needed, and then I drove to Anaheim. I went to a Fry's Electronics out there, and I picked up this box from a company called Diamond Multimedia. It's called the Gamecaster HD. It's a live streaming external capture card, pretty much. and you can connect it to either a component video out or HDMI out to HDMI in. And so I plan to use this for live streaming on location stuff via video wise in the near future. Whenever that will be implemented, I have no idea, because we need a somewhat PC in order to do that with an internet connection. So whenever that will happen, you will have actual camera quality live stream that is not off of a phone. So that's something to look forward to.
Out of the internet dark ages and starting into the industrial revolution.
Pretty much. I plan on messing with this and using this in the next couple of days or so when I start doing some work on my truck. So I might do a live stream video of that. Might do it on YouTube, maybe Twitch. Yeah, maybe Twitch. So yeah, look out for that in the next couple of days, because that's probably going to be one of many car related things that are going to be coming soon, because I have been filming my times at the drag strip for the RRB car channel that's supposed to be popping up at some point. I'm still thinking of names. It's either gonna be High Octane, or it's gonna be Lost Octane, and I think I like the name Lost Octane better. I don't know. What do you guys think? So, yeah.
HO, go High Octane, because it's HO.
Ace, what do you think? High Octane or Lost Octane?
I was thinking along the lines of the end of the Steam age, but yours probably sounds a little bit better.
Okay.
Internal combustion ruined the Steam era.
Yeah, pretty much. But surprisingly enough, they do coexist rather greatly half the time.
Yeah, considering the couple instances of 844, I believe 3985 at one point, going and bailing out revenue freight or doing a quick run all on their own. Anyway.
Yeah, so figure keep an eye out for that. That'll be happening real soon. Maybe poke some messages toward Mecha Flyer to maybe get himself going a bit more on that. So yeah. What's the other thing? Covered somewhat of the episode. I guess you could just move into the whatever's topic. I mean, there's nothing much to talk about today, only because of the fact that the other PC just completely failed us. I had an
and because we're down a couple people
too, but mainly because the PC failed, because I had everything on there and I can't access it.
Excuses.
And I just turned my head, and now it's finally finishing the update. Oh man. Okay, so if anyone's still watching this at all, for that matter,
I think we got a couple people still out there.
I hope so. Yeah. But if not, and if you're still watching this, I am highly considering getting a Patreon going, because all our technology seems to be falling apart. So if you want to help keep the parlor car afloat, then please look for that on our social media once it gets posted, and maybe pitch us a couple of bucks. It'd be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, this is just gonna be all roadkill. I do, but this isn't roadkill. This is no. This is not rail kill. This is railroad bronies.
Yeah.
This is like things done right, and then right now this is like computers being held together with duct tape and zip ties. And flex tape.
flex tape.
Yes.
That's a lot of damage.
Ah, man. But yeah, definitely look out for that. You know, if you're feeling up to giving us a helping hand with getting some actual good tech in here, so that it doesn't fail like it does tonight. But yeah. Anyway, so oh, he is. He's finally here. Let me see.
Yeah, you see him? He's in the.
Oh
he's
my
here. Don't you see
god.
him?
Nah, he's here like 5550 is about to go steaming down the rails.
He's a good
I don't blame him because his computer had an update too. So that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. This is funny. As soon as he updates his and his finishes, the streaming PC finished its update, and now it's back on Windows. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. I'm gonna hit my head on the wall. Anyway. Anyway, so it's literally an hour in, and I guess we're already into the end of this this debacle. Oh man. And I really can't just port any pictures over because, well, it's live streaming. You can't access any ad files. So we're kind of stuck with what we got. So do you guys have anything you want to talk about? so I'm not just rambling.
Yeah, I saw the movie. No, I got it. I saw the movie, The Meg. You know, the shark movie?
Jeez, another shark
Meg?
movie.
Have you guys seen it?
No,
I think I saw the
I
preview you were
haven't seen
talking
any
about,
of
yeah.
it, but continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
You haven't seen. Okay then. How about this? Have you at least seen Sharknado 6?
I can thankfully say I have never seen a single one of the Sharknado videos.
You shut your pie hole. You shut your pie hole right now.
I have no desire to ever see one of the Sharknado videos. Instead, I think I'd rather do, and I may do this an upcoming weekend, I would rather do a 24-hour, end-on-end, constant circulation of Unstoppable, which is a good movie.
But Sharknado, you watch Sharknado because it is so outrageously over the... You watch it because it is stupid. It's stupid in a good way. I've watched all the Sharknado movies and I saw the last one. I binge watched. Okay. I saw all of the Sharknado movies last week on Sci-Fi when they were showing all of the shark movies on the network. They were showing all the new shark movies, and they had this really good one they showed. It was called Trash Trailer Park Shark. It was really something. It floods in the trailer park, and a giant shark comes in and it kills everybody.
Sounds about usual for anything over the top B movie wise.
It's just so fun. They had a cameo. One of the actors from Sharknado was actually in that movie, and they made nods towards the movie Sharknado. They do that in a bunch of movies, in shark movies. What's another one they showed? Oh yeah, Six-Headed Shark Attack. That's really the shark looks like a freaking frisbee. Six-Headed Shark Attack, because there's a I think it's three-headed shark attack, then it's four-headed. No, it's not four-headed. It's five-headed shark attack. they skipped the 4, and then they went to 6-headed shark. And I don't even know why I know all this stupid stuff. I don't even know. Yeah.
I get the feeling you like sharks.
No, just bad shark movie. Just bad shark.
As I was gonna say, if you like sharks, there's always, it keeps reminding me of the shark nose design. I believe they were Alco units that were really popular over on the East Coast back in the 50s, I believe they came out. We'll need to do a little searching on that.
Will assign. Steam tank. Steam tank is dead.
It was Baldwin. Baldwin RF-16. Yeah, it's kind of got that over the top, over the front, pointed, jutted nose. I remember seeing it years ago in the catalogs and thought, yeah, for that shark nose design, that's different and wild. Now I look back at it and I still look at some of these
the shark,
older but much classier steam locomotives like, hell yeah.
Yeah, the shark nose. Meh. I don't
We're
like the shark.
we're both in the steam tank, the steam side of things still, though.
Oh, and
the shark nose diesels.
Oh, by the way, Gary, I did hear everything you said. The only thing was I stepped away because I heard words chocolate. So I went to go get some chocolate. No.
Did you bring me chocolate?
I ate it.
Yeah, where's my dessert?
Yeah. Get out. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You would do 2 steps in rank. Return to your post.
Apparently...
Get back in the cab.
Apparently Mecha Flyer
Gary.
is here, but he isn't talking at all. Mecha, are you there?
So does that mean, well, he can't talk back, we talk smack about it?
There it is. There it is.
Oh,
Stupid headset. Stupid headset freaking muted.
So with all the technical difficulties, I don't know if you heard all that, Mecha, but because the stream... Okay, so,
I've been listening
you're aware of all the technical difficulties on why this podcast is probably not as entertaining as it should have been, right? Because...
I can start trying to do my stand-up routine.
Okay, do it. Do it.
I don't know if I should be like scared or not.
We should probably wait for the PG-13 to rated R segment if I'm going to do it right. But I mean, I'll start just going down the list of everything.
Yeah. It's
wow, there's a lot of lag in here.
I don't know why. It sounds okay.
Yeah.
But there is some lag.
I could see my end is cutting in and out. I can hear you guys clearly, but I'm watching like my mic response on the app, and it's
dude,
like
you have
clicking
no idea.
back and forth.
I can't click a single thing on my computer right now, otherwise the entire thing just freezes.
That's why I always go through the phone app.
I have no idea why. It's just that tonight everything is just not going the way it should.
I'm watching this thing. It goes voice connected. It goes to 3 bars, then it goes back to 1 bar, then it goes back to 3 bars. It's kind of pathetic.
Rip.
Meow.
Apparently.
Speaking of pathetic things, I'm playing Forza Horizon 3 still, and I just got freaking head-on collision with a Bugatti Veyron. That
Don't
kind of
make
hurt.
me go get back into the crew just to screw around, because you're never going to hear a word from me for the rest of the night.
You guys should go get Xbox Ones and play. Actually, you know what's funny? I've discovered that Forza Horizon 3 is available on PC, and because it's a Microsoft exclusive game, it is cross-compatible. So you can multiplay with a PC player and an Xbox One player.
Y'all need to get Rocket League.
I've been wanting to tell you something about Forza recently, especially Forza Horizon 3. The cars from Hoonigan are detailed to the exact T of their actual real life cars. They had somebody go out there from the Forza team, just take pictures of like everything, all the little tiny details, stickers. The only car that's different, which is the 55 Chevy Bel Air, the chassis on that one doesn't have the ladder bars like it does in real life. It has something else. It has an independent rear suspension, but it should have ladder bars, and that's the only thing they couldn't replicate because it was too intricate. But other than that, everything else, it performs and handles the exact same way like it should if it had them.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why Forza is so mentally, amazingly realistic when it comes to them making their games. They have two principal development houses. Their main one, Turn 10 Studios, and for the Horizon games, they subcontract to a European developer known as Playground Games, who's known for things like Test Drive Unlimited 2 and stuff like that. And so they specialize in open world racing. But when Forza goes out to start a new game, like almost the first several months is almost entirely developing the game engine. And they use an exclusive game engine for their games. And all they do is just tweak it and tweak it until it gets as realistic as possible. And that's before they even start developing scenery and everything else.
Forza, I do wish that either they or somebody would go ahead and be like, okay, we need to have an open world racing game that is like mixture of Burnout Paradise, where you can race bikes and race cars, but be able to run around on foot, maybe going to your other competitor's car and kicking in their quarter panel when you get pissed off, kind of like you do in GTA 5.
Well, I mean, that's why you get Grand Theft Auto 5. Forza is not about kicking the crap out of people.
Yeah, I want something that has like Grand Theft Auto Online status, but without the weapons. But I want to see like your realistic like rage, figure. You kick somebody's butt like 4 times down the drag strip. They're mad at you. They can't win. They've done everything they could, and they're still losing. They get out of their car, and then they just start kicking the crap out of it. And then you get out and you hit them with a crowbar.
I just picked up a Carol Shelby edition Ford Raptor.
By the way, the other day on the freeway, I saw either a 20th or 25th anniversary Thunderbird. Yeah, literally had that classic, looking sheet metal design like the older cars did, even though it was a modern car. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think I know the one you're talking about. I'll be straightforward in saying I hate the looks of those redone Thunderbirds. The last one they did before this redone one, that gigantic sedan, That was a Thunderbird.
No, they're really
These
tiny.
modern ones.
Well, they don't even make the Thunderbird
But,
anymore.
I mean, it was rather cool seeing one of those though, because you don't see those that often. But anyway, so Mecha, I know you weren't here throughout the beginning, but what have you been up to? Yeah.
Work really. Lot of chores, maintaining a house. It's a lot of work to be a homeowner. You know, it's there's a lot of things that come with it. Start to realize that unlike an apartment, you're on your own with almost everything. Well, you are on your own with everything. I live in a townhome, so I have an HOA that takes care of stuff that's outside, but everything studs in is all my problem.
If anyone's interested in buying a stove, he has one for sale. Just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How far will you ship?
About 10 feet.
I don't think that's enough to get to the telepad yet. Yes.
Anyway, so, okay, so, let's see here, Ace, so, what have you been up to?
Yes, sir. Work. Trying to dodge the weather and ride the bike. More work. Oh yeah, and I got the oil changed and then went back to work.
Yeah.
Kind of follows a pretty consistent pattern.
For rail fanning at all lately?
So far, no. I've got a couple ideas in mind, but I'm not entirely sure whether or not I'll be able to do anything before the end of the year, as well as some ideas for the future outside of just rail fanning, but that's a whole different ball of fun on its own. I won't go into details here.
In other words, we're all sort of in the same boat in terms of rail fanning.
Yeah, it's just kind of between times.
Very, very sad time right now. You got all that good stuff out there, but just not the time to go see it. Speaking of things to do, I'm thinking of planning a little day out to go see the Goat Canyon Trestle again. Not sure exactly when. It's either going to be in September or it's going to be in October. I would like to do October because weather-wise for heat, it's still going to be the same out there.
Yeah.
However, the most great time to go, which would be probably in November, like right before Thanksgiving or around that time, because then you don't have any of the heat that's above 80 out there. However, the cold's like in like the 40s at night. But it feels colder because of the wind. Yeah. But, anyway. Man, there's not much to talk about on this. Yeah, there's not much to talk about. Pretty much went through everything.
Well, let me tell you something. Have I ever told you guys that I love every single one of you? You know, every single one of you is a special snowflake, and I mean that. You know, every single one of you is special. You know, like Will, he has his personality. Mecha John, he has his glasses, and Ace, well, he's
like glasses? That's all you can think about me?
Oh, okay, you have a beautiful face.
Chiseled jawbone.
Look at that chiseled jawbone. You see that chiseled jawbone? You are too pretty for God to let you die, man. Okay, you are too beautiful for God to let you die.
Oh my god, he's making freaking... Oh my god, he's making Firefly references.
Okay, yeah, and you know that's just your opinion, man. Okay, it's not like it really matters. Right?
Please, oh please, let that grease-laden meatloaf finally give me a heart attack.
What?
Wow.
Free me from these earthy bonds and the schmoopy voo.
What?
I don't take sweetness very kind. I throw up a lot.
Ew.
Anyway, on to the next bit.
We've been on that.
Okay, now we're on to the drunken stupors.
Yeah.
Already?
We've been on that. I mean,
No,
okay, because of the fact of the Windows update that took forever on the streaming PC. Like, literally, as soon as you got in and got your mic working, it finally loaded into Windows.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And I had, like, everything for this podcast on there, all ready to go. It said, oh, it needs to update. We'll restart. It didn't give me the option to delay it. And I'm like, well, I don't want to hold out, do the stream, and all of a sudden it does it midstream. And so I clicked the update. And all of a sudden it just gets stuck on an endless loop of updating. And it got to the point where it didn't know what to do with itself anymore. And so I had to go ahead, manually restart it, and then it said, okay, committing automatic system repair. I'm like, ah. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Nah.
So, yeah, that's
funny.
why we're so early into, like, the random stupors.
That just basically
Pretty
means the
much.
entire
I
freaking
mean-
show is
I mean, not
drunken
only...
stupors.
I mean... I mean,
Yeah.
figure
Yeah,
not
I'm
only
not
that, but, I mean, figure going back to the earlier part about the MLP episodes, I mean, we did talk about how the, I mean, not exactly how, but more or less, like, complained about how the United States is, like, 2 weeks behind the show now, compared to the rest of the world. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I mean, like, what happened? How did we fall behind out of, like, everyone else?
I don't know anymore.
Well, we are the slow
Yeah, no
ones,
kidding.
so...
It started this podcast, like, 15 minutes after. Jesus, I would have hit my head on the wall.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna lock you in your room in a second here.
I am in my room.
We're gonna lock you out of your room.
Well, you're gonna be locked in now.
It doesn't have a lock.
We'll find a way to make it lock.
I'll bring my drill by and I'll reverse your lock so it's on the outside.
Why am I laughing?
Don't forget, Ace is a machinist. He'll come in and he'll freaking weld your door closed.
Yeah,
Well,
but
the
yours
door,
made out
put
of
up the
wood.
framework,
We'll find a way.
some
Find a
4x4s, and
some,
rail
like,
spikes
core-
will go wonders in the wall.
Like some
we're the
quarter-inch
RRB.
diamond
We
plate.
make stuff happen.
I'll go out my window.
It's really simple. They sell old railroad ties at hardware stores. Get a handful of them. Put one over the outside window. Just, spike it in place over the window diagonally. Can't get out the window. Put one up against the door. Don't even need to spike that in place. Just lean it against the door. Although I will say, you're going to be hard-pressed to do it. I kid you not, at the hardware store job, I benched, or not benched, but deadlifted an entire railroad tie at one point. I was on fire that day. I just said, screw it. I want this thing in the back of the guy's bed. Up she goes, slide it in. The guy's looking at me, jaw on the ground, eyes wide at the same place. You just did that? Don't piss me off. You get angry,
okay,
I get
so
What the who, the what, down, white, go, what?
Okay, so this goes back to when I went to the junkyard the other week. So there's these two things on the frame of this truck that is the same year as mine, and I can't get to one of them because the this big metal pipe looking stand that holds the car up off the ground, because these things have no wheels on them, it's sitting on part of the frame holding it up, from it falling over. I need to get this part that's sitting on this jack part of this thing on the frame. And so my dad goes and looks for somebody to get a forklift, and figure, obviously we got the forklift, the guy was able to come, he lifted it up, we were able to do it a lot more safer, but I'm like, okay, well, while you're doing that, I just go ahead, I squat down, I put my hands under the bumper of this thing. Mind you, it's just a frame. It does have a cab on it that's slightly half gone, and I just lift this entire rear portion of this truck up off the ground, like literally like maybe 4 feet off the ground, move it over about a foot, and put it back down by straight, just to get that one part. Like literally,
Just to get that
I just
one part.
lifted like 1,500 pounds. Mind you, not all at once. It was spread
Yeah,
out, but
kinda
still,
crazy.
overall, I lifted a 1,500-pound car, pretty much.
I've had similar situations with the lawn and garden tractor at home where I need to turn it around, but I don't really feel like getting on and doing a 10-point turn, so I just literally go around to the back thing. Hands under the frame.
Yeah.
Yep. Turn a
Yeah.
walk all the way around.
Flop. It's
Okay,
pretty
now
much
we're facing
that.
the right direction.
But yeah. And then okay, so while I was there, I found, like, obviously earlier when I was talking about, I found this 96 Tahoe and I got some really nice seats out of it. However, to get to those seats was a 3-hour job. Because somebody, I don't know who, but they had the bright idea to leave the door locked. And they took apart the inside door opening latch assembly, so you can't open the door from the inside or unlock it from the inside. So this driver's side door is completely locked, and the only way in it is to hack my way in. Yeah.
Was there a spark plug sitting on the ground somewhere?
Nobody wanted me to use it, so I'm like, okay, so I'm doing it the hard way. I mean, okay, so the passenger
Nobody
door was
wanted you
open.
to use it?
We were able to get the passenger seat out. However, we couldn't get the driver's seat out because the door was locked. We couldn't get access to the bolts to get to it. So one way or another, we had to get that door open to get to the last bolt. So literally between a pry bar, a hammer, a lot of brute force, a death wheel, and a sawzall, I literally hacked, pried, and forced my way into this car that's sitting in the junkyard. Like, literally, when I was done, like, it went from being a door that was usable to, like, literally a hunk of scrap. Oh yeah, of course, but I mean that door was like history.
I mean, as long as you got the part
The only thing salvageable off that door at all is probably the window that I didn't break, which I wanted to break after that, and I didn't do it. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
And
I
that's
was
why
gonna
I
do
asked
that.
about
Was
the
my
spark plug.
first choice. I thought, hey, if I break the window, it'll relieve tension off the door, and weight-wise, I can just pry it off the hook. You know. But no, nobody wanted me to do that. And so here I am, prying open the door jamb, getting to the freaking deadbolt, which is a half-inch, I don't know what it's made out of, either titanium or something, but it's like a torque bolt that goes in the door jamb that the door latches onto, and to cut through that, it went through 10 blades. Like, literally 10 blades to get through that bolt. Oh, next time I'm bringing a torch, and I'm just torching the whole damn thing off.
You could make it easier on yourself and just bring a claymore mine.
We're talking about taking a door off or lighting the whole
that would be my last resort. Just saying, screw it, I don't need it. I'm just gonna blow up the entire damn thing. I don't need it.
Or, you need a big thing of chain, really thick, whatever you can get. You were there in the red truck, right?
At least at the one I was at.
Dang.
I would have done that. I honestly would have done it. I would have welded the chain to the door, like, completely, and then just pulled the door right off. I would have done that, but I didn't have access to the truck at the time.
So you tell the guy with the forklift, hey, come here. I need you to get a running start.
But yeah, I literally bought that door, literally and figuratively speaking, when I was done. What has been done cannot be undone to that door.
Yeah.
So if anybody has guns, now you have a target.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt bad removing the front seats out of that car only for one reason, because it had a rear set of seats because it was a Tahoe. And the rear seats were in mint condition, but sadly I have no use for them.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for just gutting this thing in the front seat only, just for the seats.
Well, you see, that's the thing, because it's
Somebody
a
else
pick
would have,
apart.
yeah,
so
but I just felt so bad.
if you didn't do that, somebody else would have.
It was just perfect, and then, you know, I mean, without the front seats that match,
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a set. I mean, without the complete set, it's just useless after that. You know, so hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Maybe somebody else has a Tahoe from
maybe somebody has the
1996
same
who has
year
some
vintage
messed up
that-
rear bench
that
and
still
wants to replace
driving.
it.
Has the same type of seats. Maybe, you never know. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
a 1996 Tahoe, I'd imagine there's quite
Yeah.
a few of them still running.
No,
I
but
mean,
figure
they
that's the weird part.
really,
'Cause this had a
they don't really
mechanical,
die, so you know.
ODO on it, and the ODO said about 260,000 miles before it went up, until I got to it. It said 260,000 miles. And I'm like, my Yukon is like well over that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
True. But that's the thing, because you can't always base the reliability off of just one example.
Well, I mean,
because there's plenty of reasons why a car would wind up being
gets totaled, but I mean, figure this thing didn't even look like it was in an accident. Figure it was a mint condition vehicle, actually. I mean, there's like no damage to it until I hacked the door open. But I mean, besides that, I mean, you could have literally got this running and drove it out. It was that good. I don't know if I mean, figure. My only reason why this thing got into a junkyard is mechanically wise, couldn't make smog. The catalytic converters could have been crap on it, who knows, but I mean, other than that.
Yeah, and a car that old with a bad the catalytic converter will cost more than the car's worth. You know. Because in California, we have stupid rules in terms of
no,
the car's that old,
here in California, the only way to be smog exempt
emissions?
if it's 1975 and older. I think it's 74, but I think they made a loop.
I thought it was 74.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. But anything newer than that has to pass smog, and we have some stupid rules on catalytic converters. One, you have to buy catalytic converters brand new, and two, they have to be California spec. That'll typically run you up.
I mean,
for that car, I'd imagine it being close to $800.
Just which is weird because they have cars, because catalytic converters didn't come in until like the late 80s. So you have all these cars that came out prior to catalytic converters, and now you are suddenly required to have them, which completely sucks, because that's a whole series of cars that just almost non-existent now and are useless, So, oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that's pretty much what I did to get those seats. Speaking of which, I'm gonna be doing the electrical on that truck pretty soon, by the way. Since I got the motor out finally. So yeah. I just gotta get up one of these days and start doing it. But I'm kind of concerned whether or not do I want to do the metal patchwork first, or do I want to wire it first, then do the patchwork? Because I don't want to burn the wires or anything.
I'd say do the patchwork. That way you have the solid frame to work with. Plus, that way if you see that something with the patchwork makes everything an all-for-loss situation, you haven't invested all that time doing the wiring.
I guess.
Yeah.
However, pulling that motor out, that was a trip. I started the process at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Didn't get the motor out completely until like freaking 2 in the morning. Which ironically is the same day I went to the junkyard.
What is normal sleep schedules?
It's completely stupid because what happened was me and my buddy, we were we were gonna, because it was so, obviously past 2 going on 3, it was like, well, what's the point of sleep now and stuff, and so we just sort of stayed up like 3 more hours, waited for the sun to come up. We were gonna start working on the transmission to get that out, because my dad unbolted the engine from the transmission instead of just leaving it all as one unit. So now I got to get that out separately. As we were working on that, we finally got the top part of the transmission off that has the handle, because it's all one piece. It's not like the new ones where you unscrew the handle, take it out, and just remove the transmission like that. You have to literally take the top half of the transmission off, exposing the gears, put some shop towels in there so they protect the gears so nothing goes in there, and then tape it up, and then pull it out that way. And as we did that, I rolled down the driver's side window of the truck, and all of a sudden the window mechanism broke. Like right there, while I was lowering the window, and my hands never moved so quick, because right when it broke, I saw that thing slide down 2 inches faster than you could move. And I literally sandwiched that glass with 2 arms. So I had to like hold the glass with one after I stopped it, holding it up, grabbed my drill, started unbolting this door and taking it apart with one hand the entire time I'm holding this glass. And I was able to get it out without breaking it, or get it breaking itself, which was crazy. But that's why I had to go to a junkyard, because I was like, well, if I need to fix the window regulator, I might as well get a new door, because I need a new door anyway. And so ultimately didn't get new doors, but I got a regulator, so at least it's gonna get put back together at least. Yeah.
At least.
9:40. Damn, we gotta kill like another 19 minutes. Cause it's not 10, and this ends typically at 10. I mean, we could end it early, but then we'll still keep talking. So let's just keep talking. So yeah. So, anybody else have any hilarious stories throughout this week or something?
Well, not really this week, other than just the work stuff and getting back out on the bike and almost hitting a curb. That's less funny and more, oh my god, I almost destroyed my bike and myself.
Well, that curb was a joke anyway, so.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help when the county doesn't exactly light the streets very well. This one median curb kind of comes up on you pretty suddenly, because it's not exactly very well painted. So when I'm on the bike accelerating and
so
I'm
it's like
3 inches from the curb as I'm strafing right. Yeah, pretty much. Only this was a 4-inch high curb that if I had hit, the bike would have flipped and I would have been right with it.
Yeah.
Oops.
And I've done something similar. The last time I ended up with 6 staples in the back of my head from it. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. Do you think we should call it? I mean, neither do I. I mean, figure all the shit's on the other computer.
I don't have anything else to report yet, so.
And I'm like, grr, you know.
Well, I mean, it's working
now, but I mean, figure the stream's already going. It's almost time to end it, but I mean, what can you do? Yeah. Well, I figured the true question is, is anyone still watching this? I
have no idea.
Yeah.
3 people watching on YouTube, although I have the
I guess
window
so.
open, so I'm probably one of
Anyway,
them.
well, if you like this debacle, you know, you guys know what to do. I don't even know how to end this. I don't know how to end this. Anyway, hopefully next podcast
I don't know what I'm doing
we
anymore.
got things
I don't
working
get paid
right
enough.
and can actually have an actual decent podcast instead of just like a Saturday night drunken sorrow deal. So, anyway, alright, well, anyway, keep an eye out for that Patreon link on social media and help us out with terms of, so we can get better tech and so we don't have this happen. Anyway, catch you later, good night. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Oh my goodness. Okay. Good night.